In the book of Genesis, shortly after Adam and Eve were sent out of the Garden of Eden, we are introduced to their sons, Cain and Abel. Cain, the firstborn, worked the ground as a farmer. Abel, his younger brother, became a shepherd, caring for flocks. Both men brought offerings to the Lord. Cain presented fruits of the soil, while Abel offered the firstborn of his flock, along with their fat portions. The Bible tells us that God looked with favor on Abel and his offering, but on Cain and his offering, he did not look with favor. Why? Scripture makes it clear. Abel gave in faith and with the best of what he had. Cain's offering, however, was not given with the same heart of devotion. It wasn't about the gift itself. It was about the attitude of the giver. Cain became angry, so angry that his face fell. But God, in his mercy, spoke directly to him. He said, "Why are you angry? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it." God warned Cain that sin was like a predator, waiting for the moment to strike. But Cain refused to listen. Instead, he invited Abel out into the field. And there, in jealousy and rage, Cain rose against his brother and killed him. The Lord confronted Cain, asking, "Where is your brother Abel?" Cain replied with the infamous words, "I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?" But God already knew. He declared, "Your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground." Because of this sin, Cain was cursed. The ground he worked would no longer yield crops for him, and he would become a restless wanderer on the earth. Cain feared for his life, but even then, God showed mercy. He placed a mark on Cain, a sign of protection, so that no one would kill him. The story of Cain and Abel teaches us powerful lessons. It shows the danger of jealousy, the seriousness of sin, and the importance of offering our best to God, not just in possessions, but in faith and obedience. It also reminds us that God sees beyond the outward act to the heart behind it. Cain asked if he was his brother's keeper. The truth is, we are called to love one another, to protect and not to harm. The tragedy of Cain and Abel still echoes today. It warns us. Unchecked anger leads to destruction, but faith and righteousness bring God's favor. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for our next video.